Well, as you can tell by the name of this channel, I'm a sucker for nostalgia, and one of my favorite game series is Prince of Persia, for which I got the Platinum Trophy recently. The link to that video can be found above or below in the description for those of you who are interested. Well, there's this other series which started as a Prince of Persia game but became its own IP, and I'm sure you know that it's none other than Assassin's Creed. Honestly, I used to love Assassin's Creed a lot as a teenager and wanted the series to go on forever. Boy, how things have changed. There was this one game which basically killed Assassin's Creed for me completely, which was Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I played it when it came out and remember how grindy and bloated the game was, full of garbage repetitive quests and activities. Well, I decided to give it another chance and thought, why not get the platinum for it next? Well, let me sum up the experience in just one word: insanity. And I hope you know the definition of insanity.
The definition of insanity is doing the exact same fucking thing over and over again, expecting shit to change. That is crazy.
Just like every time, I went to the trusty trophy guide page and checked out some of the trophy requirements. Most trophies seemed quite straightforward, except for a few, which I'll cover in a bit. Okay, so with that out of the way, I can finally start the game. The game starts with this cool cutscene of Gerard Butler giving a speech to his men before the fight of 300. Oops, wrong version. We step into the shoes of Leonidas and slay some Persians. You see why this killed my love for Assassin's Creed? Completing this battle sequence unlocked.
This is Sparta!
After some boring modern day sequence, we get an option to choose between Alexios or Cassandra. I chose Alexios as I played as Cassandra the first time I played the game. Well, I instantly regretted it as his voice is legit garbage. Like he sounded like an over-exaggerated heroic guy, which I guess the game was going for. Lol.
Tell your boss he can stick it.
After beating some introductory enemies, we get to meet Phoebe and Marcos, who are our friends. After running through a couple of quests, we find out that Marcos owed Cyclops some money and thus his goons were after us earlier. We plan to get rid of the Cyclops and start collecting better gear to prep up for the fight. Honestly, this game ain't as bad as I remember it to be. Like, it's quite funny and cheesy at times.
I should probably not climb on this.
However, just when I was starting to appreciate it, I remembered a few things which I hated, like jumping from any height and surviving the fall, the Super Saiyan transformation like level up system with that tone, overusing that Ezio family soundtrack to create that nostalgia, and of course, them bugs. Anyway, we are approached by this man named Elpinor, who seemed quite interested in our abilities and wishes to hire us to kill a Spartan general known as the Wolf, who's in Megaris. We then meet up with Barnabas and Cyclops and shove Cyclops' eye in a goat's ass, which would be a big mistake, but more on that in a bit. We kill Cyclops and free Barnabas, which unlocks us a ship to sail through Greece. We then find out that the wolf is none other than Nicolaus of Sparta, who's our father, and make a sail towards Megaris to complete our contract. The classic Ubisoft intro pops up, and we unlock our second trophy for completing sequence 1. While in the naval combat, I rammed the ship to destroy it, which unlocked ramming speed. While loafing around the map, we meet Daphne, who gives us a quest to kill a giant boar. We also found a gold tier bracer and equipping it got us another trophy. We get harder, better, faster, stronger for upgrading our ship. The next trophy I got was make it your own for engraving an item and complete a few underwater locations which are a part of an annoying trophy, but more on that in a bit. After some leveling up, we fight the boar and kill it with rather ease. Daphne then gives us a list of rare animals to find and kill. Well, I need to complete her questline for one of the trophies and will be covered bit by bit as we level up. Anyway, continuing with our main story, we see our father and find out that we have a stepbrother who sets a task for us in order to gain audience with Nicolaus. While completing some quests, I found a mercenary who was gold tier and decided to recruit him for my ship. Adding him to my crew got me, you work for me now. According to the trophy guide, this game has only one missable trophy, which is Aphrodite's Embrace, which is a very easy trophy to be honest. I met this side character named Odessa and completing a few of her quests gave me an option to f her. make love to her, which got me Aphrodite's embrace. There are quite a lot of these opportunities in the game which can help you unlock this trophy with ease. Completing a few of Stentor's quests unlock the Conquest Battle, which is like a big battle which can lead to the shift of power between Spartans and Athenians. Winning this battle makes us have an audience with our father, and we low-key give him a heart attack. We find out that our mother is alive and somewhere in Greece, and spare our father. Oh, sorry, stepfather, which unlocks past mistakes. At this point, I started checking out some small trophies which I can earn while grinding to level up. And there was this one trophy which requires us to ram a ship, to destroy it, but with a twist. Our whole crew needs to be of girls. So I recruited all the girls and cleaved a ship, which got me Wrath of the Amazons. Okay, so if you remember me saying enshroud Cyclops' eye in a goat's ass, which would be a big mistake, but more on that in a bit. Earlier, then here's the reason why. Basically, there's this crazy trophy for finding that eye, and for that we need to kill pretty much every goat we see in Kefalonia. So I did just that for an hour or so until this happened. I was also working on some big trophies on the side while doing all this, like trying to complete all the underwater locations, uncovering as much map as possible, recruiting gold status lieutenants, and of course, leveling up. Okay, so let's continue a bit with the story. We confront Elpenor again, who now tries to kill us. We fight his goons while he makes an escape. We then meet up with an oracle who informs us about the cult of Kosmos, who are basically this game's Templars, and also get introduced to Herodotus, who tells us more about the cult and how it's behind everything that's happening in the Greek world. While fighting off some guards, I randomly popped War Master, which is for killing the leader of an area with low resources. I then unlocked Scourge of the Aegean for sinking my first epic ship. I also got the Argonauts for hiring 4 legendary level lieutenants. The next trophy which I was aiming for was the infamous trophy for raising the bounty level to max. I tried fighting loads of guards for a long time, but the level just didn't increase after 4 until I started killing random NPCs, which somehow did the job and unlocked the trophy. We then meet Elpenor again, but it would be the last time since I sent him to Hades and stole his mask. We then meet the Oracle, who tells us about the cult's secret meeting. We dress up as a cultist and attend the meeting, where we meet Deimos, who's the leader of the cult. She's the most powerful warrior, but the cult plans to make use of her and hunt down her mother. She finds out that Elpenor is dead and wants to find the traitor. We are called to touch a pyramid artifact and find out that she's none other than our long lost sister Cassandra. She spares us and kills a random cultist, declaring them a traitor. After escaping, we meet up with Herodotus, who suggests having an audience with Pericles, who's a great politician and general and might be able to help us find our mother. This completed the third sequence and unlocked the trophy and the cultist menu through which we can track the cultists. One of the trophies revolved around killing all of them, so I decided to track and kill him as I progressed. I found myself having all the legendary status gear items, and equipping them got me I am legend. After this, I killed another legendary animal and went to this mysterious cave, which helped us upgrade our spear. There's a trophy for upgrading our spear to max, but I'll have to kill all the cultists for that, so we got a long grind ahead of us. We then meet Cassandra, who threatens us, and we make our way to Athens to gain an audience with Pericles, where we find him and Cleon having a debate. Pericles gives us a mission to gain his help, and we are off to it. I got a bit sidetracked from the main storyline and found another legendary animal and put it to rest. After that, I was uncovering one of the islands when I came across a side quest which involved Marcos, our old friend. I remembered there was a trophy related to this and quickly took care of all the related quests, which unlocked everybody benefits. I then completed my first conquest battle, which got me hero for hire. My blades needed some sharpening after the battle, and thus I went to a blacksmith who gave me an option to add a legendary effect to a legendary item, which unlocked the Midas touch. After all this, I got back to the story, which made me go to Pericles' party, where I met some new faces like Socrates, Alcibiades, and Aspasia, who gave me some information which could help me find Mima. Oh, and I also met Phoebe there and ended the quest, completing sequence 4 and unlocking a trophy. While I was in Athens, I took care of a few cult members and took down a whole league, which unlocked one head down. I came across another legendary animal and met Xenia, whose help I needed next to find my mother. I then completed a few quests and decided to take care of all the underwater sections, which will get me my next trophy. This was a very boring and grindy trophy as there are 42 locations where we need to go and collect treasures from. I know it sounds easy, but believe me, it's ultra tiring, and one of the locations needs a key which can only be unlocked after a side quest, which gets unlocked after meeting Xenia. I know that sounds quite confusing. Long story short, I collected all the underwater treasures, next unlocking Child of Poseidon. At this point I was at level 34 and had unlocked a good few skills. I used the overpower attack ability of every weapon, unlocking and Mystios in training for completing a fuckload of side quests. Honestly, I was beginning to change my mind about this game until I saw, which definitely didn't help. Moving on, I fought an overpowered poisonous boar and uncovered as many areas as possible until I ended up on this island which had this giant minotaur statue and a questline. Completing all the side quests helped me unlock a secret cave which led to the Minotaur boss. We fight the Minotaur and defeat it after spamming a lot of arrows and slashes, which gets us a amazing victory. At this point, I realized that I had killed all the rare animals, so I went to see Daphne and completed her questline, which got me Master of the Hunt. Completing her questline got me the Artemis armor, and equipping it got me Fashion Screed. I then went on and completed the Cyclops side quest and killed the Cyclops, which unlocked Eye on the Prize. I started doing the arena questline next and unlocked Bloodsport for killing a mercenary in the arena, but I needed to level up a bit more for some fights, so started the grind again. I then got Island Hopper for completing 20 quests on 3 islands. I then faced off against the level 50 Merce, who was also a cultist, and killing him got me top of the food chain. I unlocked the Ghost Rider horse skin for my horse, and literally it felt so stupid. I legit don't know what Ubisoft was smoking while adding all these bullshit skins. This is what I hate about the new Assassin's Creed games. Jack of all and the king of none. Anyways, I upgraded an ability to rank 3, which unlocked Godly Power. Up next in the story, I met Brasidas, dealt with Monger and Croesus, which completed sequence 5 and unlocked From the Ashes. I finally leveled up to 50, which unlocked the Demigod trophy. By the way, as I was doing all of this, I was also killing as many cultists I discovered via side quests. We then go back to Athens, which is now infected by a plague. We find Phoebe dead, which literally didn't affect me a bit. We also witness Cassandra kill Pericles. We make our escape from Athens with Aspasia, and the sequence comes to an end, getting us that trophy. On one of the islands, I fought another Cyclops, and killing him got me Lightning Rod. But turns out this was a DLC, which I won't be covering, so let's cancel this one out. I also found the Medusa questline on one of the islands and fought Medusa, which was again a grind fest as the bosses and the enemies in this game are like damage sponges. Anyway, killing Medusa got me In Perseus Image. I fought another Cyclops on an island which unlocked Volcanic Sunscreen, which I won't be counting again. Damn it. Okay, so after all that extra stuff, I completed Xenia's questline, which got me A Pirate's Life for Me. I checked the number of trophies remaining and there was still so much to cover. At this point I was so exhausted from all the grind and side content that I literally lost my will to play and even record this video, and I just wanted to quit. I just couldn't let all those hours of grind go to waste, so I powered through and decided to finish this shit once and for all so that I never would have to play this game again. I made a list of the remaining trophies, which were Are You Not Entertained, Lord of Seas, Birthright, Riddle Me This, Hermes is Homie, Going for Gold, Legend in the Making, Taking Back Athens, Legacy Restored, Trust Me, I'm a Doctor, The Cult Unmasked, and Odyssey's End. Okay, so the good thing was that most of them were related to side and main quests, which should be easy, except for this one which took the longest, but more on that in a bit. First, I took care of the arena questline, which got me Are You Not Entertained? The requirements to achieve Lord of the Seas trophy was to upgrade the ship to legendary status. I thought that this would be the last trophy I would achieve, as getting the final upgrade on each aspect required quite a lot of materials, which meant a mental amount of grind. But I had actually misunderstood the trophy. Unknowingly, I upgraded the crew and arrows to the second last upgrade, which popped the trophy. This was quite a shocker in a good way. Up next in the story, I met my mother, who told me about my real father, and I wanted to see him first before moving forward. So I went to Atlantis, solving a light beam puzzle, and met him, which got me my birthright. I figured that I needed one last artifact to complete the Atlantis questline, and I wasted no time and completed the Sphinx quest, which got me Riddle Me This. I went back to Atlantis, killed my father, and saw how Alexios dies in the future. Okay, so now came the most toughest trophy of this game, which is Hermes' Homie, which requires us to unveil all the subregions of Greece. Honestly, this is the one trophy which I've been grinding on ever since the start of the journey, but it just wouldn't unlock. I saw this one video which talked about going on these tiny islands, which could sometimes get missed. I went on a couple of them and then this happened. Up next in the story, we go to Sparta with our mother to get back our house. We are then tasked by the kings to complete 2 tasks, one of which included the Olympic questline. Completing it got me going for gold. We also figure out that one of the kings is a cultist and have to take care of him. After this, we are informed that there's another battle brewing and Demos is on the battlefield. We fight Demos until a burning log falls on her and we get captured and get a trophy for completing the sequence. We are now back in Athens and have to free the city from Cleon's grasp. After completing a good amount of quests, we unite the people against Cleon and he flees away. We are then invited to join another big battle to get rid of him for good. Cassandra is in this battle again and kills our friend Brasidas like a joke. Just as we are about to fight, Cleon shoots her and we go after him. We finally kill him, getting us the trophy, taking back Athens. Okay, so after 60 plus hours of grind, I stood at a point where the story was about to finish and only a few more trophies remained in my way. After killing Cleon, only one more cultist was left on my list, which meant I had enough artifacts to upgrade my spear, so I quickly went to the temple and upgraded it to max and got legacy restored. Next, I completed Hippocrates questline, getting me Trust Me, I'm a doctor. The head cultist turned out to be none other than Aspasia herself. I let her go though, getting cultist unmasked. Finally, we make it to the end boss, where Cassandra kills our mother and we fight her and kill her. This completed the story, getting Odyssey's end, and unlocked the most grindiest platinum I have acquired so far, Epic Cycle. So did replaying the game change my mind about it? I would say definitely. Like, I think it's a pretty decent game, like a solid 7 or 7.5 out of 10, but just not an Assassin's Creed game. Like, had it been its own IP, it would have been way better. I wish the upcoming title gets Assassin's Creed back to its glory days. If you have made it this far and liked the video, then please like, comment and subscribe. And also tell me which game I should platinum next. Until then, see ya.